Thank you once again for joining me today. We'll move on in part 4 of the quote-unquote conversation with Mr. Watts from his episode, You Are Already Dead. I only stated this in context of my proposition to you about Memento Mori. Remember to die. But as I mentioned in part 3, let me add this other caveat, this other context. Every day, every moment, we're living and dying. We're dying and being reborn. Not in the church, not in the baptism pool, but every time, every moment we have here in this day, and we only get like one at a time at best. But with this day, with this moment, let's commit ourselves to there is no more than what we have right now. Not tomorrow, not the past, but focus on and consider the constant transformation, growth, death, born, reborn. Just think about that as we allow Mr. Watts to continue this discussion.
And so can never die. As the Hindu sage Ramana Maharshi used to ask, who is it that's afraid of death? If you trace this fear back to its source, you may find that it's like a shadow cast by a self that doesn't actually exist in the way we think it does. And when the shadow is recognized as a shadow, its power to frighten dissolves into the light of awareness itself. Let me suggest a rather playful way of looking at all this. What if life isn't a journey from A to B, but a kind of magnificent game? Not a competitive game that you can win or lose, but a play, a dance, a grand cosmic jazz improvisation. You see, we have this curious idea that life is serious business, that we're here to achieve something, to get somewhere, to become something. And we measure our success by how well we've played the game according to the rules we've invented. But what if we've misunderstood the nature of the game entirely? What if it's not about winning or losing, succeeding or failing, living or dying? What if it's about playing fully, wholeheartedly, with abandon and joy? Consider a waltz. The point of dancing a waltz isn't to get to a particular spot on the dance floor. It's to dance the waltz. And when the music stops, you don't say, oh dear, we failed, we didn't get anywhere. You say, wasn't that wonderful? In the same way, perhaps the point of life isn't to avoid death, to get somewhere beyond death. Perhaps the point is to dance, the dance of existence, to play the game of life with all its ups and downs, its births and deaths, its joys and sorrows. And here's the most delightful part of this perspective. In this game, you're not just a player, you're the game playing itself. Just as the ocean waves, you are what the whole universe is doing at a particular point in space and time. You are existence experiencing itself in a unique and unrepeatable way. So when death comes, not as some future calamity, but as part of the ongoing dance of transformation, it's not an interruption of the game. It's part of the game. It's not a failure, it's a fulfilled cadence, like the final note in a beautiful piece of music. This is what Lao Tzu points to when he says, life and death are one thread, the same line viewed from different sides. Not two separate events, but two perspectives on the same magnificent game. So instead of playing the game in order to postpone death, what if we recognize that death is already part of the game we're playing? That it's not a punishment for playing, but an essential element of the play itself? Just as you can't have a piece of music with only the upbeats and none of the downbeats, you can't have the game of life without the rhythm of death. And once you see this, really see it, the whole game transforms. It's no longer a desperate struggle against an inevitable defeat. It's a dance, a play, a celebration of this incredible mystery that we call existence. In Hindu mythology, there's this marvelous image of Shiva Nataraja, the Lord of the Dance. He dances within a circle of flames, one foot raised in joyous movement, the other pressing down on a dwarf representing ignorance. In one hand he holds a drum, that beats the rhythm of creation, and in another, a flame that represents destruction. This isn't just colorful mythology. It's a profound insight into the nature of reality. Creation and destruction aren't opposed to each other. They're partners in an eternal dance. The rhythm of the universe isn't just growth or just decay. It's both, interwoven in a complex and beautiful choreography. You see, the cosmos doesn't just create, it creates by destroying. Stars are born in the death throes of other stars. Spring flowers grow from the decay of autumn leaves. New cells in your body are built from the nutrients of what was once other living beings. Creation through destruction, life through death, this is the cosmic dance. And you are not separate from this dance. You are not watching it from the audience. You are on the stage, moving with it as it. Your breathing, your heartbeat, your thoughts, rising and falling, all are part of this same rhythmic pulsation of existence. The Buddhists have a word for this, pratityasamutpada, or dependent co-rising. It points to the way everything in the universe arises in dependence upon everything else. Nothing exists independently. Everything is interwoven in this vast tapestry of becoming. So when I say that death has already happened to you, I'm pointing to your participation in this dance. Every moment, parts of you are dying to make way for new life. Every breath is an exchange, a letting go, a transformation. You are not a static entity moving through time. You are a process, a verb rather than a noun, a dance rather than a dancer. And if you can shift your perception to see this, really see it, not just intellectually understand it, then death loses its sting. Not because you've found some clever way to deny it or avoid it, but because you've recognized it as inseparable from life itself. You've seen that without death there can be no life, just as without darkness there can be no light, and without silence there can be no sound. This is what the mystics mean when they speak of non-duality. Not that opposites don't exist, but that they exist in mutual dependence, like two sides of the same coin. Life and death, self and other, being and non-being, these aren't adversaries, but dance partners, eternally embracing in the cosmic ballroom. So the question isn't how to avoid death, but how to dance with it. Not how to escape the rhythm of existence, but how to move in harmony with it. Not how to cling to a separate self, but how to recognize your participation in the whole magnificent choreography of being. Let me offer you an image that I've always found particularly illuminating. Imagine the ocean, vast, deep, ever-moving, and on its surface waves arise, countless waves of all shapes and sizes, each unique, each with its own temporary form. Now, consider a particular wave. It has a
Thank you all for joining me on this next level of discussion with Mr. Watts on You and I are already dead. But also he's saying you and I are still living with a purpose and a message to deliver today. Do not waste it. Let me say it better. Make it count now. Not yesterday, not for the fantastical tomorrow. Commit your desire, discipline, drive, your beauty in the presence you have with you, in you, to share today. Until we meet again, remember this. No matter where you are in this world, it is always 8:20.